Hello guys, this is the very first session of Theory of Machines in this Ground Zero series. You might be thinking, sir, in Theory of Machines we are not talking about mechanisms, we are not talking about link element, and we are directly talking about something called as steam engine. So there is a reason behind that. No doubt we will be talking about link element, everything in the upcoming session. But as I said, theory of machines, when we are talking about, this is a subject which have a lot of inversions, lot of mechanisms which are going to be used in the production technology in different manufacturing processes. Also, my dear, in this we study flywheel, we study governors, we study about the configurations of steam engine. So all those things, whatever you are going to study, they were somewhere originated from the concept of steam engine. Like if we are talking about for the very first mechanism, simple 4-bar mechanism, it's one of the configuration when we are talking about single slider crank mechanism. That was something nothing but the external combustion engine that was given by Sir James Watt, who is said to be the godfather of mechanical engineering. And guys, for that only we are talking about here, because that inversion, that thing, that mechanism made him so big. And guys, working of that is important, because working of IC engine you study in IC engine subject, but this you do not study. But it is important as flywheel. Whenever we are talking about governors, we are talking about, as you know, for governor also, the person who is responsible for the first centrifugal governor is Sir James Watt again. And why he needed that? Actually, when he came up with the concept of this steam engine, at that time, my dear, he wanted to run the engine within a range of speed where he can get the maximum efficiency. For that purpose, he wanted a device which can maintain the constant speed. So that is why we were requiring this wonderful steam engine. So guys, now we will be talking about the working of double acting steam engine, the very first successful configuration by Sir James Watt, which he got, I feel, after a number of attempts, and how it works actually. As the name suggests, double acting. So my dear, first thing, when we are talking about IC engine, you know that there are 4 strokes: suction, compression, power and exhaust. And in the power stroke, one time in one cycle you get the power. But here we are saying double acting means it is going to provide power when the piston is going towards the end of cylinder wall or coming back. So in both the ways you will be getting the power stroke. That is why the name is double acting. And steam engine, because here you are not using petrol, diesel as a fuel, you are using the steam. Now you may be thinking, sir, how the steam can do that thing? Actually, my dear, the concept of work is, you know, that the movement of piston we are talking about in general when we study thermodynamics. So here what is going to happen? Actually, we will be having some valves for intake and out. So guys, if you are talking about this cylinder, obviously somewhere around in the boiler, heat or steam will be produced, and that steam will be coming inside the cylinder from one inlet valve, one side. Then when it will be coming, it will be expanding because it is having high enthalpy. Because of that, it will try to expand, and when it will expand, it will pushes the piston, and piston will go on to the other side. Then my dear, when the piston will be going on to the other side, because of expansion, my dear, the enthalpy of this steam will start reducing. And my dear, as soon as when this slider will be reaching towards the other end, we will be putting the inlet valve open on that side. Then the steam, which is high enthalpy, will be entering from that side, and the right side steam now become the low enthalpy steam. So for this we will be opening the exhaust valve, and as the steam on the left side will expand because it have more enthalpy, the steam at right side will go out. And my dear, in that way, when the piston was going to the left hand side or when the piston was coming to the right hand side, both the ways you will get the work done, and that work done you will be using in the rotation of the wheels, obviously, so that you can run the locomotive. For the first time, these engines were made for the locomotives. Later on, we also produced diesel engine, petrol engine based on the similar configurations, and we get the concept of IC engines. So guys, why for the starting of theory of machines I am going through this? Because whether we will be dealing with governors, flywheel, the working of this engine will be a must. So you can feel it is an introductory chapter, and as I said, actually at that time there was a era where were going on. So obviously for that they were looking for some device for which they can get all the war materials in the lesser time to the soldiers. For that purpose they were having the concept of that we will be going for an engine which will be running with a high speed. No doubt before that, before this configuration of Sir James Watt, already engines were there, but this was the efficient engine of that stage, and it was a much improved version. So basically, even this is said to be the starting point of industrial revolution, when Sir James Watt have made this configuration, and because of that, he got obviously a very you can say we call him as like that he is a very big personality who have given that kind of thing. Although he have given a lot of other works like pressure measuring device, watt indicator mechanism he have given. He also worked for the governor for getting the uniform speed. So that was also one of the thing which he have given to us, and we will be talking about those configurations also. But in this session, I just wanted to tell you about the working of steam engine, so that when we were talking about, we will be talking about the governors, the flywheels and other topics, you must be having an idea all those configurations are moving around somewhere this wonderful steam engine. And as this subject demands is theory of machines, so whatever the machines you are looking into there, we need a mechanism, and all those mechanisms are derived from this wonderful subject, that is theory of machines. So guys, there will be a question generally in the student's mind, that why it is called as external combustion engine. So when we are talking about internal combustion engine, their combustion happens inside the cylinder, whereas here combustion is happening outside, and that is why in the boiler we are getting the steam, and steam is coming in the inlet walls for the expansion purpose, and after expansion it is giving us work done that we are using at a mechanical energy, and that's how the locomotive was running. So the point is, when we are talking about external and internal, it only tells about that in IC engine combustion happens inside. So that's why there is a stroke, power stroke, where we get the combustion. So guys, this was a small session to tell you about the working of the steam engine. If you want such animated videos of other topics, you can comment in the comment section. We will be coming up with the governors working, flywheel and other topics in the similar way. And goodbye for this particular session.